Good morning. Happy Saturday, everyone. Thank you guys for joining the show. I'm not going to hold you guys long, but let's get into some topics that we got to get through because there's some things happening on this good Saturday morning. I hope you guys are up and out of them. Y'all done had your little breakfast and cleaned up a little bit. Let's get into some mess. All right. Hey, I see my top flights in the building. True TV Podcast is here. Rose Armstead is here as well. Thanks for being here. And the others in the bushes and everyone coming in. Let's go ahead and jump into the show. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Hey, Shaquanda, thanks for being here. All right, let's get started. So y'all know we don't have no politics on the weekend, right? Unless somebody's out here doing some crazy ish that we need to alert everybody so y'all can take cover. Other than that, we get into the mess on the weekend. So let's jump into it. Stefon Diggs is in the news for being sued. Let's see why. Let's see why. All right. So that says, child, according to Neighborhood Talk, another one. Stefon Diggs is sued for defamation after former employee says that he was falsely accused of stealing a Ferrari, claims that his ACL tore after allegedly being jumped by Steffon's crew following the accusations. Let's get into this. Now, it said that Stefon Diggs is in more legal trouble just days before the Super Bowl, according to TMZ. And it says that Steffon's former employee is suing him for defamation and more. Now, per the lawsuit, the man alleges that in July of 2024, Diggs asked him to arrange transportation for his Ferrari from Miami to New York and then to Houston, but the car was later stolen in Houston. It said he says law enforcement determined the theft was carried out by third parties, but claims that Diggs began telling people that he was the one who stole it. It said that the man denies ever taking the car and claimed that he was never arrested or charged by police. Now, said he also claims that Diggs' accusations hurt his consulting business and led to confrontations from his crew at a restaurant and even at his home. It goes on to say that according to documents that Diggs texted him in January of 2025 saying that he was responsible and accountable for the actions of those around him. The man further alleges that in December of 2025 that he was assaulted at Tootsie's Cabaret in Miami by two men connected to Diggs and claims that Diggs' brother, Trayvon Diggs, witnessed the incident and did nothing. So he says that he suffered multiple injuries, including a torn ACL. He is now seeking damages and has named both Stefon and Trayvon Diggs in the lawsuit. Okay, so you guys also know after the Super Bowl, Stefon Diggs also has another lawsuit or case that he has to deal with where his ex-chef has sued him for sexual assault and battery. So that case will take place after the Super Bowl because he will be playing in the Super Bowl this year. All right, set to come up, I think this Sunday, right? So let's get into the next topic. What do y'all think about that? He got lawsuits coming from everywhere. Let's get into this Real Housewives of Atlanta news. The girls are still fighting, honey. Y'all know Nene Leakes and let's get into this. Nene Leakes and your girl Lisa Wu, y'all know they've been having some words for the past few days, but it appears that other housewives have now jumped into the beef. Kim Zolciak has now unfollowed Lisa Wu as well. So, you know, of course, she and Nene, Lisa Wu and Nene Leakes had some words at the Ultimate Girls Trip taping. They had like a little party tapings type situation, and Lisa Wu got upset because she says Nene left her out of her speech in terms of naming the OGs of the housewives when she knows that Lisa was a part of the show. So it kind of bothered Lisa, and they said that Lisa became very loud and she confronted Nene at said event, which caused an issue where the girls had some words. Well, Nene has since unfollowed Lisa Wu, and Kim Zolciak, who is now, I guess, cool with Nene again, she has decided to also follow suit and unfollow Lisa Wu. All right. So what do y'all think about that? The two of them are the three of them are no longer following each other. Lisa Wu was saying that she felt that Nene was trying to stiff her and not acknowledge that she too was an OG and not give her credit for what she brought to the show. Okay, I like Lisa Wu. I thought Lisa Wu was great on the show as well. Y'all know Lisa Wu and Kim Zolciak had their moment at a reunion where Lisa Wu threatened to throw Kim over the chair whenever they got into a verbal spat at a reunion on Real Housewives of Atlanta as well. But let me know what y'all think about that. Moving along. All right, so let's get into this update for Lil Jon. We talked about him, hype man from Atlanta. All right, y'all know Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. His son was found on yesterday, according to TMZ. They were the first to report it, so shout out to them. But also shout out to Baller Alert, because Lil Jon now shares a heartbreaking message after the death of his son, Nathan Smith. So it was found that this was Lil Jon's son that was found in this pond not far from his home. I told you guys that his son was said to have walked out of their home half dressed with no shoes on. Now, if you guys stay in the Atlanta area, y'all know for the last few days it's been freezing cold. So I said maybe he was either inebriated or maybe there was some type of mental issues going on. They have not said yet as to why said situation took place, but he was later found in a pond once they drugged the pond and found his body there. So Lil Jon is grieving the unimaginable loss. It says that the rapper and producer shared that his son, Nathan Smith, has passed away at the age of 27. Now, Nathan was reported missing earlier this week after last being seen near his home in Milton, Georgia. Days later, authorities confirmed a body was recovered from a nearby pond, and police stated there were no signs of foul play. Now, in his statement, Lil Jon says that he and Nathan's mother, Nicole Smith, are devastated and remember their son as a kind, caring, and deeply loving towards his family and friends. A heartbreaking moment for their family as they process this loss, sending condolences and respect during this difficult time. So let's go ahead and get into the message that Lil Jon left for his son. He says, I am extremely heartbroken for the tragic loss of our son, Nathan Smith. His mother, Nicole Smith, and I are devastated. Nathan was the kindest human being that you would ever meet. Says that he was immensely caring, thoughtful, polite, passionate, and warm-hearted. He loved his family and the friends in his life to the fullest. It goes on to say that he was an amazing talented young man, a music producer, an artist, an engineer, and graduate of NYU. Says we love Nathan with all of our hearts and are incredibly proud of him. He was loved and appreciated, and in our last times together, we're confident in knowing that we expressed that very sentiment to him. Says that thank you for all of your prayers and support in trying to locate him over the last several days. Thank you to the entire Milton Police Department involved, Detective Dula Milton, investigators, Sergeant Scott Lappin, Detective Randy Dula, Detective Sarah Moore, and Detective Daniel Williams, Sandy Springs Police Department, Fulton County Sheriff's Office, Haralson County Sheriff's Office, Cherokee Fire Department, Forsyth County Fire Department, Forsyth County Sheriff's Office, Georgia K-9 Team Search and Recovery, and multiple volunteers, as well as the Milton Fire Department and Cherokee Rescue and Dive Team, and Craig Brazelman, Lil Jon, and Nicole. So they're thanking everyone that put forth their efforts to find their son. Unfortunately, he was found unalived in a nearby pond at the age of 27 years old. So rest in peace to this young man. That's so sad, right? So early in the year, my goodness. Let's get into this Tasha K drama with comedian Michael Blackson, because they have some words going on here. Y'all know Tasha K, they getting into it with everybody, child. Hopefully this does not have a lawsuit attached. We'll see. Let's get into it. According to Baller Alert, let's get into it. All right, so shout out to Baller Alert. Michael Blackson blasts Tasha K after she accuses him of messaging a trans woman. Now it says that Michael Blackson is clapping back with zero filter after Tasha K attempted to expose him for allegedly messing with a transgender woman. Now, y'all know that's going on a lot in Hollywood, child. All right, a lot of these Hollywood men are messing around with transgender women. We talked about Bobby Valentino a little bit back, where a transgender woman came forward to say that Bobby Valentino was hitting on them heavily. I showed you guys the video where Bobby Valentino was seen in this transgender room, in this transgender woman's room, running out of there with his pants down by his ankles, etc., etc. Let's continue. So the drama all started when Blackson shared a screenshot of a DM exchange to clown a groupie named Jada. Now, the message she told him, "Bae, let me choke on it," which prompted Blackson to sarcastically fire back, "Do you have 250K in the bank or you broke?" When she replied, "I promise I ain't broke. I do content." Blackson thought that he was just roasting a random clout chaser until Tasha K stepped in to claim the woman in those DMs is actually a transgender woman. Ooh, child. Now, the African king of comedy wasted no time jumping into the comments to defend his reputation, making it clear that he doesn't check the profile of every person hitting his inbox. He addressed the situation by saying, "Everyone telling me this mother sucker," y'all know this is his favorite thing to say, "is a nigga." LOL. Says, "I don't care if he's a nigga, a bitch ass nigga bitch. Oh God, this mother sucker don't have a chance with me." Said, "I'm just replying to all groupies. I don't have time to look at no one's profile." He also took a personal shot at Tasha K's credibility and appearance, adding, "As for that handsome lady, Tasha K, I used to think that she was cool, but now I see that she just posts anything for attention. You Tracy Morgan looking mother sucker." Oh God, not Tracy Morgan. I'm sorry, Tasha. I like you too. But that was funny. I'm sorry, I had to laugh. Not Tracy Morgan looking. Damn. Oh, Lord. Now, say that Tasha K, however, claims the joke is actually on Michael and that the proof is in the vanish mode setting. Not vanish mode. Said that she took to Instagram to warn the comedian, writing, "Good morning, my dearly beloved winos. Sorry to bother y'all with this little morning nonsense, but can someone please let Michael Blackson, the comedian, know that the DMs he proudly posted to his IG story are allegedly between him and a transgender woman named Jada." Said that she went on to suggest that he might want to delete the evidence unless he's choosing to come out on this beautiful Saturday morning, noting that the disappearing messages chat is visible plain as day at the bottom. That's funny, right? That's funny. So here's the message here that Tasha K sent to Michael Blackson, and here's where Michael Blackson replied to Tasha. Said that I used to like you, but now I see that you just post anything for attention. You handsome mother sucker. And they continue to reply, but he did say that she was a Tracy Morgan lookalike. Damn, that was a clap back, right? So we'll see what happens. That's funny though. That's funny. All right, let's move along, child, because the girls are out here acting up. So let's get into this Clarissa Shields news. Y'all remember Clarissa put out this, she's gonna put up 100K for someone to step in the ring and fight them. She didn't give a damn if it was a street person or not. But this stud, you guys, calls out Clarissa Shields for ducking 100K fight challenge. All right, so this person spoke up and said, "Hey, I'll fight you for 100K," but it says that Clarissa Shields was ducking a fade, is what it sounds like. So this person has called out Clarissa Shields. Let's get into it, honey. Shout out to Night and Day Network. That's where I saw it. Let's get into it.
Clarissa, I got a question for you. Why you put out this 100K challenge, yo? Why you put out this challenge and you're not willing to honor it?
I would put up 100K of my own money for any street chick.
You send me text messages talking about, oh, I can get hurt, I can get knocked out, I need to sit my old ass down somewhere. Well, why you not responding to this old ass? Yeah, I may be 59, but I'm about to show you something. You sleeping with a whole married man that has a family, yo. I hope you take all your money and leave, except for the 100K that I'm beat your ass for. Yo, Clarissa. Yeah, we're gonna see what you about when I come to Flint. You talking all that shit, yo. You ain't met a motherfucking real one. But I'm the one. Trust me, I'm the one. I'm the one that's gonna take that motherfucking bag, that's gonna knock your motherfucking ass out, okay? Put you on your motherfucking back and you ain't gonna wanna get up. I promise you ain't gonna wanna get up, ho. You talking about you coming for me. You ain't forgot me. Bitch, you ain't even thinking about me. Cause you don't want no smoke. You don't want no motherfucking smoke. Yo, y'all make this video go viral. Knock, knock. Yo, Papoose, make that bitch come out. Yeah, we're gonna see.
Not a message the papoose child. She is a bold one, right?
What you about when
Damn.
It sparked an idea. And the idea was I would put up $100K of my own money for any street chick. Huh? For any street chick who thinks. Yeah. Any street chick or boxer who think that they can beat me. If you can beat me in a fight, baby, you can beat me in a fight. I will reward you $100K. It sparked an idea. It sparked an idea.
Okay, so as you guys can see here, Clarissa Shields' response is, Cynthia Whitfield, I keep telling you, you can get knocked out. So that's the woman that she was just talking to, the woman that was just talking to Clarissa. So the woman responded, Cynthia Whitfield says, Clarissa Shields, make it happen then, and let's just see if you're right about that. So they are exchanging words in the DMs.
Knock, knock. Can Clarissa come out and play? Knock, knock.
They trolling.
Can Clarissa come out and play?
Child, not the knock joke. What do y'all think? Who y'all got y'all money on? Clarissa Shields or what's the child name? Let's go back. Cynthia Whitfield, child. Bitch, like no. Okay. All right, now I don't know. She might have some hands. I don't know. Now I seen Clarissa fight. Clarissa does have hands. Let's go ahead and give her what credit is due. But this Cynthia chick look like she might be a great component, right? We'll see. So Clarissa, go ahead and put that $100K back up and let's see what it's hitting for. All right. We know you got a fight coming up. What is it? April 22nd? I think she got a fight coming up April. But yeah, so y'all let me know what y'all think. I like to see it. I'll watch it, right? But put that $100K up and let's see what he's talking about. Okay, let's move on. Jennifer Williams' child is going off. Jennifer Williams is going off. Let's get into it. When she's talking about Shaunie, she's calling out Shaunie O'Neal, calling her fake church lady, a fake first lady, and all this stuff. Child, let's get into it. I think she might be mad because Basketball Wives is over. Let's see. All right, she got her fraud-ass husband sitting over there beside her, co-signing her bullshit, as he always damn do. But let's go ahead and jump into this, you guys. Shout out to Housewives.
Oh, Shaunie comes or whatever. And let me just talk about that for a minute, because, you know, I find it real strange that you sit up in church and you praise the Lord all week, every Sunday. And then it's like they start talking about me, which I have done nothing to her. And you turning up your nose, like, as a first lady, aren't you supposed to support marriage? So, you know, I just find it very contradicting. But you know, those are my thoughts.
You want to hear my thoughts?
Sure.
Yeah, I didn't want her to be at the Paris wedding. But like I said, I had to respect my wife's guest list. Well, she didn't show up anyway, but I saw the scene where she just like, are you going? And she's like, no. Like, she kind of with a twisty face. I mean, I don't want you to be there anyway. If you would have showed up. See, I didn't know that Jennifer said that she was invited when she went to go see the girls at the house in Vegas. But if she would have showed up, I would have been like, who are you? I don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's my energy. And I feel like Evelyn's your puppet. And Evelyn, you also suck up to Shaunie, which is the reason why you still have a job. So, you know, I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Like, unedited, unfiltered. That's exactly what it is. Because it was a lot of times where Evelyn is like, well, Shaunie wouldn't want to be there anyway because, well, she's not going to bless that marriage. Like, it was just a lot of like teacher's pet and sucking up. So, I mean, that's really my thoughts.
Yeah, think about it. So, Jennifer is upset that Shaunie was not being, I guess, supportive of when she got married to Christian Gold, which, child, nobody, I'm gonna be honest with you, none of the Basketball Wives, none of them went to Jennifer's wedding. Okay, none of them went to Jennifer's wedding. That mess y'all saw on TV, that was for the cameras. That was for filming. None of them. Now y'all saw, because I showed the video, Carlos King was there because he's good friends with Jennifer, but it said that none of the housewives, not housewives, but none of the Basketball Wives showed up to Jennifer's wedding because they weren't in agreement with her marrying this fraudster that she married, because he also has said negative things to the other girls because they've tried to tell Jennifer that she shouldn't have married this guy. So of course he had some inappropriate things to say to the other basketball wives, and they chose not to go and support Jennifer. But Jennifer feels away, saying that Shaunie is a fake ass first lady. Like, aren't you supposed to support marriage? I mean, she does have an opinion. She doesn't have to support you just because she's a first lady. It doesn't mean that she has to come to your wedding and say, oh, let me go since I'm a first lady. Let me go so I can show my support. She doesn't have to. If she doesn't support the marriage, then she has a right to say, I'm not going to go and support it. So that's kind of crazy, right? I don't know. But Jennifer is giving that Jennifer's been trying to pop off a little bit since she's been married to this little fraudster. Maybe he's giving her some balls or something. I don't know. What y'all think? Crazy, right? It was something else I had to say about Jennifer. Hold on. Not Jennifer, but oh yeah, let's keep going. Okay, so we got some Simon Guobadia news. Okay, now Simon has dropped. Y'all remember I told you guys that Simon had a lawsuit against Porsha where he was suing her for defamation, where she was going around saying he had erectile dysfunction and all this other stuff. Well, let's get into this post where Simon has spoken up about Porsha. He's still going, child. I said I ain't never seen nobody that don't let shit go. That damn Simon, honey. But let's get into what Simon had to say. Of course, you know he is very good friends with Michelle Atielian. You said it. I took the words out of your mouth, Rose. All right, so let's get into this. Again, shout out to Housewives from a Housewife. Let's go ahead and show this where Simon Guobadia, honey, tells where he saw the first red flag that he noticed 1 month into the relationship with Porsha. Let's get into that, and then we're going to get into some other stuff with Simon and Porsha.
I think the first red flag was the fact that I was approached about an allowance because she wasn't going to be working. Mm-hmm. Literally 1 month into that relationship, that was the first red flag. And I paid her $30,000 a month. You know, there were red flags. I think the first red flag was the fact that I was approached about an allowance because she wasn't going to be working. Mm-hmm. Literally 1 month into that relationship, that was the first red flag. And I paid her $30,000 a month. You know, there were.
So Simon is saying when he and Porsha first started dating, because y'all know how this whole situation between Simon and Porsha worked out. Simon was just getting out of a divorce from another relationship. And while he was just getting out of that divorce and healing, as he calls it, Porsha hops in his DMs and says, can I pray with you? So she already saw what was going on, right? He was getting out of his divorce with, what's the child name who was also on the show? Can't remember her name. Anyway, that means she ain't important. Anywho, but she was on the show as well, right? And she was supposed to be Porsha's friend, okay? But so during that time, Porsha hops in Simon's DMs and says, hey, Simon, how you doing? I hope things are working out with you. Can I pray with you? And all of that. So Fallon, thank you so much, Fallon. So during that time, so Simon was just getting out of his divorce with Fallon, and he was going through that whole situation. And so Porsha hops in the DMs and did this whole can I pray with you, trying to be religious and all that. And Simon fell for it. Okay, he was feeling vulnerable, and he says he fell for Porsha's fake concern for him. And then shortly after that, they start seeing each other, start sleeping with each other. This was during the time that Porsha was, I guess, in between men or whatever. She was just getting away from her relationship with Dennis or whatever. But anywho, so Simon says that Porsha immediately starts mentioning money once they started dating, which he noticed was a red flag. And he was saying that that Porsha was saying that she wasn't going to be going back to Real Housewives of Atlanta and all of this, and was asking him for like a little stipend a month, at which they agreed upon Simon paying her $30K a month, right? Child. So this is what he's saying. He noticed right away that there were red flags as related to Porsha, but then why marry her if you notice these red flags at the beginning of your dating relationship with her, which now you guys are in this huge mess because you're suing her, she's suing you. Porsha has also filed a lawsuit against Simon because he has refused to pay her the $40,000 that it was bumped up to once they got married. So $30,000 once they started dating, and then it bumped up to $40K once they got married. And the judge told Simon that he he had to continue to pay Porsha the $40K a month until the divorce was, of course, no, what was it for? For the next 24 months is what he had to continue to pay her. But y'all know Simon got deported out of the U.S. So he was like, I ain't paying her shit. If I ain't in the U.S., like they can't make me do it since I ain't here no more. So he was on that. So he continued to not pay it. And then Porsha went and filed a lawsuit to try to force him to do it. As well as, of course, y'all know she's still staying in that house that she can't pay for because she's 2 months behind, which I told you guys as well, in the house that Simon owns, which is the house is so many millions of dollars that Porsha can't afford to pay. So I told y'all that. I showed you guys the documents on that where she is 2 months behind on the mortgage payment for that. And she was begging and pleading with the bank to allow her to stay there, and that she promised to catch those payments up once the show started and her checks start rolling in. But let's get into Simon dropping his defamation lawsuit against Porsha. While we're talking about them, let's go ahead and get that out. I'm so sick of these two, child. If it ain't one thing, it's a damn another. But let's get into it. I went ahead and pulled where they're talking about Simon backing out of this defamation lawsuit. So they said the key details regarding the case of dismissal. The reasons for dropping the suit said that Simon Guobadia is currently in Nigeria and could not guarantee his return to Atlanta for the legal proceedings, leading him to file a motion to dismiss. All right. So a little brief background of the case says that the lawsuit filed in November of 2024 alleged that Instagram posts by Williams, which is Porsha, in July of 2024, falsely suggesting that he suffered from erectile dysfunction, causing reputational harm, and according to court filings. Child, it says that the case statute is that while a judge had previously allowed some claims to proceed in March of 2025, the January 2026 motion moves to drop the case. Both parties expected to cover their own legal fees, as if Porsha can afford anything else, all right? Because she can't even pay her damn mortgage. Now, divorce context is that this lawsuit was part of a contentious split. The couple married in 2022 and divorced in 2025, with Williams winning key financials and property rulings. Okay, continuing on. Guobadia previously expressed confidence in the lawsuit, but the logistical hurdles of his removal from the U.S. forced the end of the legal action. Okay, so that is that on that. So there's no more lawsuit for the defamation. They are still, Porsha is still going after him to try to get the judge to make him pay the $40K a month, at which I don't think he will, because he is out of the country. All right. Let's get into some more news I know you guys can use. All right, so Clarissa Shields, which is Blueface's mother, sent a message to Cardi B that she might just want to go on back to Offset, being with Stefon Diggs gives her the same lifestyle that she had with Offset, being that he has stepped out with multiple women and had several babies outside of their relationship. Now, I don't know why she felt the need to even get in the middle of that, but according to Real Housewives of Atlanta news, it says that Clarissa Shields, Blueface's mother, says that the biggest mistake of Cardi B's life was leaving Offset. Now, I don't know why that's her business when she needs to focus on her own damn marriage and her relationship with her son, who continues to embarrass her and expose her, right? So according to her, it says that Offset might have messed up, but he still respects Cardi B and has never gotten another woman pregnant or brought another child into their home. How do you know that? Because that's all he did was cheat, right? That's all he did was cheat. Even if he didn't bring another baby into the relationship, he brought several women into he and Cardi's marriage, which is why she chose to step away from him. So get your facts straight, sis, before you start speaking. Now, says that she even said that the cheating allegations against Offset might not be true. Child, I don't think Cardi would just leave Offset for no reason, right? We all know, and we've seen we've seen Offset out with several women during their marriage. So let's not even do that, Clarissa. So Clarissa went on to say that Stefon Diggs, who claimed that he wanted to heal Cardi B after her separation from Offset, reportedly has 3 different baby mamas expecting his children. Well, those children have been born. Cardi B is the 4th baby mama. So he has 4 baby mamas and 4 new children born as of last year, as we all know. Now, she questioned whether that's really what Cardi B wants in her life, especially considering what she was running away from when she left Offset in the first place. Now, Clarissa, who is Blueface's mother, concluded by saying that what Cardi B leaving Offset for Diggs was a downgrade and never an upgrade until the divorce is finalized. It said that if Cardi B eventually finalizes her divorce with Offset, that he could take half of her net worth, which is approximately around 75 million. And they're asking, do you think that Cardi B would be ready for that? Now, we all know that Offset is hurting for some money. All right. It is said that Cardi did step up and help pay for some of his back taxes and or liens with the IRS because he was looking like he was in a lot of financial problems. Y'all know his album ain't doing shit. He ain't really making no money. Cardi is the money maker, the breadwinner here. You guys also know that at one point Offset was asking for custody of the kids, and that was because he wanted to be able to claim child support for those kids, in which that was denied. And it's given that he may try to go after Cardi for some alimony, being that she did get pregnant, you know, during their marriage. Even though they are separated, she's saying that it said that she did have a baby, which she did in their marriage. They are still married. They're not, you know, divorced as of yet. So they're saying, from what I've been reading on other publications, that that Offset could use that as a means to go after her, to say that she brought a child into the marriage, and he could try to sue Cardi and try to go after half of her 75 million. If that happens, he'll be a bitch ass nigga for that, because Cardi already said he was not helping out financially with their children. She's taken on all financial responsibility of all 3 of their kids, and now she has a 4th child with Stefon Diggs. What do you guys think about that? Let me know. Let's keep going. That is Cardi and Offset, for those of you that don't know. Ciao. Todd Tucker, honey. Todd Tucker was seen out to dinner in Atlanta with a mysterious woman. It was said that Kandi Burruss felt away about that because she and Todd are trying to co-parent amicably. Y'all know Kandi is a public figure. Todd is as well. But a lot of people said that they thought it was very disrespectful for Todd to be seen out and about with this alleged woman who no one knows who she is. Now, y'all remember Funky Dineva did go out and say that this person's name did start with the H. We don't know. I don't know who she is. There's no name attached to it. But someone did snap a picture with Todd out on a dinner date with this alleged woman. She's not a bad looking girl, okay? Not a bad looking girl. What do y'all think about that? This picture was sent to me. I said I would share it. Okay. So Todd is out dating, it seems, while he is still married to Kandi. They are separated, but he is living in Kandi's guest house, not paying any fucking bills, but he has money to go out of the country. He has money to go on dates. He's got money to feed another woman when he ain't helping feed his own damn kids. So Todd, you got some splaining to do, okay? If you got money to take a woman out on a date and you ain't helping Kandi pay for your kids, well, she got to hire a nanny paying thousands of dollars to adding to another bill that she has to pay when you're not helping. That makes you look like a very, very bad person, sir, okay? So yeah, I don't think that's a great idea to go on dates when you ain't helping with your kids, Todd, and you ain't helping with household bills when you stand in this woman's guest house, right? I would feel away if I was Kandi. So Kandi, I feel you, girl. All right, let's get into this update with Kim and Croy. There is an update, Kim and Croy. Croy has filed for sole custody of he and Kim's kids. These are his children with Kim. That's Croy Jr. right here, who looks just like his damn daddy. All right. This is Cash. Okay. And these are their twins. Y'all know Croy and Kim had twins, Kaya and Kane. Oh, that's Kane and that's Kaya. Okay. So it's Croy Jr. That's who's that? Cash, and that's Kane, and that's Kaya. They're twins, okay? So Croy currently has temporary sole custody of he and Kim's kids. They had a recent court date where they had to go to court. Croy was alleging that Kim was not doing what she needed to do as a parent to the kids, and he has stepped up and asked the courts for sole custody. He has been awarded temporary custody of the kids for right now. They do have another court date coming up in I think a month from now, where the courts will revisit the custody of the kids right now. So really that's just giving Kim a leeway to go out, because you know she is dating this millionaire who is also married, right? So that's just giving her a chance to run out and do what she wants to do and don't have to look for a babysitter. That's how I see it, right? Because Croy was saying that Kim wasn't stepping up and being a mother to those kids, that a lot of times the kids would be left home and Kim would be out doing what she want to do, or leaving one of her older daughters to watch them. But they have their own lives. One of her daughters are getting ready to get married. I think Brielle is engaged. Her other daughter, she's doing like reality shows or whatever. But Croy currently has sole custody of the kids, and the judge will revisit that in a month from now. What do y'all think about that? Cute kids, right? They all look like Croy. Those genes are strong, especially that one, the oldest one. That's Croy Jr., honey. He looked just like his damn daddy. But shout out to Croy for stepping up and wanting to be a father, because, you know, a lot of times, you know, spouses can be bitter when they're going through divorces, and, you know, they don't really want to spend time with the kids. But he's stepping up and he wants the kids. He wants the best for his kids. Kim is in dating mode. Kim is gambling. Kim's doing her thing. So shout out to Croy for stepping up and wanting to take on the kids. Okay, let's stop sharing. Was that my last topic? I done flew through these damn topics, child. Yeah, I think that is. So that is the end of this video. Okay. Yeah, Kim is very much so unhinged. Let's look at some comments before we get out of here right quick. Okay. Let's look at them. They said the oldest boy looks sad. You can tell those kids have been through something, right? They've seen a lot. They've witnessed a lot. Y'all know that at one point, according to TMZ, and I showed you guys the videos, the kids were calling the police on their parents because they were fighting so damn much. They were fighting. Y'all remember the video I showed y'all where Kim and Croy was outside, like on their in their driveway, and one of the kids called 911 because they said they were scared that their dad was like, his eyes were like really big and he was screaming to the top of his lungs at Kim. Those kids have seen a lot. Kim and Croy, they've lost their home, so they both had to move to their own respectable places. Kim now has a new townhome. Croy has moved into his own place. He's working a regular warehouse job. And he's doing what he needs to do in order to take care of himself and his kids. But the judge did award him sole custody temporarily for those kids because Kim don't seem to have it together. Kim is trying to get back on TV. She's starting to rub elbows with the Housewives, and she's trying to find her way back on the show, which would be good for her because it will give her a check. But she's dating now. Kim is dating a married man, and she's trying to get her feet wet, among other things, and living her best life. She ain't thinking about them damn kids, all those kids she wanted. But but now the Croy don't have no money. She ain't thinking about them damn kids, right? Those kids served a purpose for, and you know, at the time that she had them, because Croy was rolling in that money from the Falcons. But now that he's broke, well, he's trying to get some money now. Now that he's broke and he ain't living like he used to, Kim is on to bigger and better things, right? So let's look at some comments. According to Tam C, she says, I feel bad for the kids living in that toxic environment. Very much so, right? Cassandra says that you live with those crazy nutcases, you be aging too. Right. Okay. Truth says that they have grown up. Wow, how time flies. Yeah, the kids are big now. Kids are big. Tam C says that the oldest one looks sad. Yeah, Kim is unhinged, according to Flower Bloom. Kim Jones says that Croy does look older. Yeah, he stressed the hell out from Kim, child, and all the shit they going through. Mary White says that he knows his peen wasn't working. That's why he dropped that game. You talking about Simon? I cannot with you. Mary said that Simon knew his peen was not working, child. That thing was broke. Lord have mercy. Let me find out he was on the blue pills out here. All right, Tam C said the Croy has aged. Yeah. All right, let's go back up. Tam C says that these women be so thirsty for a man, so that I bet she thinks that he will be with her once the divorce is final. Probably. Todd is probably seeing multiple women, right? He do be hanging out a lot in LA and New York. He was just out of the country on a vacation, child, kicked back by the pool. I showed y'all those pictures, and Candy was like, this motherfucker ain't helping do nothing, right? So y'all know she tried to do her Broadway thing. Candy's working. She's touring with Escape. So she's had to hire a full-time nanny to make sure the kids get off to school and all that. And when Todd is in town, he'll go live and be on, talking about some daddy duties and daddy daycare and all that shit. But Candy said he ain't doing a hot damn thing. He ain't paying no bills or nothing. Candy also says that once she filed for divorce, that Todd stopped paying bills. So I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going on with Todd. Todd is going through a midlife crisis of some sort. So Cassandra says that Todd been in them streets doing his own thing. Yep. But Candy, I blame you a little bit because 6 months into your marriage, it was said that you introduced this whole threesome situation where you had Fatum. I showed y'all the girl. Fatum came in there and you invited her in y'all bed, and Todd said he just went along with it. So you got to be careful playing with Pandora's box, honey, because it will fuck your relationship and your marriage up out here. Denise Slay says the times are getting dangerous. Let's stay prayed up. I know that's right. You better tell her, Miss Denise Slay. All right, let's stay prayed up, honey. Sexy Brown Bone, shout out to you. Said they're way too early. Yes, child. Flower Bloom says that I'm not surprised at anything these individuals do. Me either, child. Nothing surprises me no more. Tam C says that this lady got her hands around a married man. Oh, hold on. Around Mary Todd. She's holding on, child. Like that's her man, right? Got a whole wife at home. Said that that's kind of heartbreaking. It is. I really was kind of hoping that they would, that Candy and Todd would kind of stay together and fix the situation. But you know, I don't want to make a point of trying to make a person be with someone that that they're unhappy with, right? Usually I say, hey, if y'all just arguing a little bit, because that's standard in a relationship. You're gonna disagree, you're gonna have arguments and whatnot. But if a person is abusive and putting hands on, I ain't gonna never tell nobody to stay in no situation like that. If y'all just arguing, y'all can't figure things out, you kind of grew apart a little bit, that shit can be helped. You can go to some marriage counseling and figure out where you guys went wrong and fix that, right? But if a person is constantly cheating, if you bringing babies into the marriage, fuck that. Nah, I'm not gonna tell anyone to stay in that, because I wouldn't stay in no shit like that either. Y'all just arguing, y'all go figure that shit out and stay, child. Because child, I don't know what's out there because I ain't been out there in a while. But I'll be honest with you, from what I hear, ain't shit in them streets. Ain't nothing out there with STDs and a bunch of trannies running around trying to be women. Did I say that? Anyway, child. But Angie said that Offset had a baby during their marriage too. Oh, that's T. Okay. See, I see why she left. So he might not get a damn dime if that's the case. Okay. I'm gonna have to look that up. Tam C said the Cardi should have not got pregnant. Said the Offset was the one who stepped out and broke up the marriage. I agree. And I don't think the Cardi should have had no baby. Now go out and have your little fun if that's what you feel you need to do as an adult. Because I don't like to tell adults what to do. But having that baby might have put her in a bad place, because Offset may use that as his come up, right? He might use that as his come up. But then again, if he has a baby, you ain't getting no check, okay? You don't get no damn check. So Flower Bloom says that that's too many kids. He doesn't wear protection. Red flags, okay? Cardi, are you scratching over there, sis? Girl, are you scratching over there? Are you leaking and scratching? That's my question. Oh, Lord. Cassandra says Offset needs to take the L train. He is a loser. Yes, child. He is a loser. He is a loser. How you out here cheating and then you mad when she leave your ass to find somebody else? Porsha cannot afford that $7 million home. She cannot. She cannot. If you 2 payments behind, you cannot, baby. And then she only has a certain amount of time to get that house in her name, right? To refinance the house into her own name and carry on the payments or whatever. But I told you guys too, she can't even afford the upkeep of the home. Porsha was out there sweeping the grounds. Like, girl, you can't pay nobody to do that. I keep saying, sis, in Atlanta, you can get a whole lot of house full, a whole lot cheaper. Get you a $2-3 million home, and you don't even have to spend that much. I told you. Porsha can find her a $2 million home or a nice $900,000 home in Atlanta for she and her daughter. It's just she and her daughter. Like, nobody else staying there. And she can get a whole lot of house in Atlanta. Why do you need a $7 million house? Is given that you are trying to keep up with the Joneses and you want people to think that you are able to live in a certain tax bracket that you can't afford, baby. If you're telling these people at the bank, listen, I'm going to pay you kindly on the 1st when I start back working. Like, my show about to come back. I ain't got the money right now. But, you know, when my show come back, I'm going to catch up these payments. Girl, you cannot afford that house. If you don't downgrade and move your ass up out of there, tell Simon, look, take this house and I'm going to find me something cheaper. And when you get your Real Housewives of Atlanta checks, girl, downgrade to something like a $2 million if you need to. Shit, I wouldn't stay there and burn up my money like that. And no, ma'am, no. Give Simon that damn house and move the hell on. Flower Bloom said that Porsha should have let that house go. I agree. You living above your means and it's going to bite you in the ass. Ain't nobody, child, it's too cold to be put out. Cassandra says that Simon don't want to come back to Atlanta, not with Ice sitting up. Right. Ice is on his ass, right? He can't get back in here if he wanted to. They on his ass. Rhoa says that so Porsha is still behind on. Yes, 2 months. Y'all don't remember I covered that? I showed y'all the receipts on that. Porsha is 2 months behind, so she's asking the bank to wait for her show to come back on, child, so she can start getting them checks circulating, and then she gonna catch them payments up. I don't even want. What did they say was? I think they said she was paying $15,000. $15,000 a month for that house, y'all. That's her mortgage payment for a $7 million home. Girl, if you don't get the fuck out of that house, I'm sorry, y'all. Can you imagine $15,000 a month? You can't find that money. You got to have $15K, right? $15,000 a month is a lot for a mortgage. Baby, I would downgrade so fast. And when they told me that house was $15K, baby, I'd have had my own U-Haul throwing shit in the bag. No, ma'am, I'm not staying there. Mary White said that Porsha needs to just give it up because Simon is not going to give her nut. Right. She's still trying to sue him for that $40K and she ain't going to get it. She ain't getting that money. Sorry, girl. Said if Simon noticed this, that he didn't have to agree to give her anything. Right. My thing is when people notice red flags and they look over those red flags and continue on, then you get what you get. If you sitting here saying you noticed red flags in the beginning with Porsha and you still stayed with her and you still gave her $30,000 a month and then bumped it up to $40K, what you think? She is now used to a lifestyle. Porsha didn't think she had to work. Remember, she quit Real Housewives of Atlanta. She won't doing nothing. So she was sitting back like, oh, this man can afford my lifestyle, so I'm going to sit on his dime. And then when things go left, what you think she's going to ask for? Alimony? Because you gave her a certain lifestyle that she felt she should continue to live. And you don't want to give her this much. She's going to fight you for it. And that's what she's doing. She's still filing motions, you guys, for this $40,000. And Simon is not coming off the money. He's already said, I'm not giving her nothing. And he means that, okay? Child. Let's get two more comments, then we're going to get out of here. Rose says that I might have, oh, you see, you might have spelled it wrong. Let's move on. Two more comments. So Mary White says that Porsha thought she won big when she took Fallon's leftovers, which was Simon. And Simon pulled a you on you and showed her ass she wasn't going to get nothing. All right, so let's get one more. All right, B. Gordon says that, and Mary said, put your phone. Oh, you talking about, she called Simon E.T. Simon voice. He do sound like Yoda, don't he? Oh, that's funny. All right, so let's get out of here, guys. Let's scroll back to the bottom and see what y'all talking about now. Oh, Blessing Highly Favorite says that, can you imagine how much the taxes are on a $7 million home? Then she could lose it for tax. That too. They don't play about that, child. Ooh. Porsha, if you don't get your ass out of that house, girl, I don't even feel sorry for her. Porsha, I don't know. I feel like she should have kept her other house that she had that she already sold. Now that house already sold. Okay. The one that her mom, Diane, was staying in. She's already sold that home in preparation of trying to get this $7 million home that her ass cannot afford. Maybe I'd have moved back in that $2 million home that was paid for. That house was paid for, y'all, and Porsha sold that home. I'd have moved back in that house, renovated that house, and upgraded the appliances and all the things that I wanted to upgrade it to so it could, be how I wanted it to be when I stayed there. I wouldn't have sold that house. My Housewives of Atlanta chicks, I would have used that money or some of that money to renovate that house, and I'd have stayed my ass right there with no fucking mortgage payment a month. That's what I've done. That's how you do that, okay? How you go from not having no house payment to having a $15,000 a month house payment? Girl, you get your ass out of the house. That's all I have for you guys. Thank y'all so much for commenting. Keep commenting, okay? Keep sounding off on all the topics we discussed in this video. And let me know how y'all feel. I will respond accordingly, okay? And I will be back sporadically today with more news that I know you guys can use. All right. Thank you to my top flights for being here. Rose Armstead, True TV Podcast. And thank you so much, Tiffany Thomas, as well. Thank you to all the content creators. Thank you to all of my caramelians, everyone in the bushes. Thank y'all so much. Please like the video, hype up this video as well. Please check out Rel's World. Also check out all of our parody videos that you guys have also been supporting on. I appreciate you all. I see you, mental health, wellness. Thanks for being here, love. And everyone here. Until the next video, bye.